Pep, congratulations, 3 big points. It moves you to the top of the table for now, but your feelings after that performance today?
Typical game after international break. The first 50-20 minutes we were not there. In the second balls, in the other one. And we lack energy and we play good after the first goal. But since then it was good to have the chances. So clear. But yeah, we take it and of course it was a really positive thing. The people came from the bench and of course the energy is there. But yeah, it's better to improve winning games.
It seemed like an improved performance in that second half. How did Everton frustrate Manchester City in that first half particularly?
That is a good team. In the table where they are, so and Desbury Hall and Alcaraz and Beto's so strong in the long balls and the experience for Tarkowski, for Keane. So it's a really good team. So in that terms, there's no doubt about that, and we knew it. So but. You know, they play long balls, and the other ones they have to be better. And especially our process in the first half was not perfect.
Well, the second half came just before the hour mark. Erling Haaland was able to get that first goal. Just in terms of the timing of the goal, how important was it for the performance as well for the rest of the game?
No, of course. Score goals helps for what is coming. Of course, that is when we play better.
A note on Erling Haaland, because of course he's in his best scoring form at the moment for club and country. What more can we say about him? Because he seems to just be phenomenal every season.
I'm so disappointed to score 4 or 5 goals. So yeah, as a team we have to know that we cannot rely on completely with him. Always is there, but we need the other guys. Wingers, attacking midfielders have to score goals. Otherwise, it will not be possible to achieve what we want to try to do. So, and Erling is massively important, but we need guys. They are rest and they have talent to do it. We have to score.
And Mercy, you were watching this one, and Pete Mullenstein putting the questions to Pep Guardiola there, talking about Haaland once again being phenomenal. But when you look at what he's doing at the moment, I mean, his 11 Premier League goals so far this season. That's more goals than 12 Premier League clubs have scored as a whole. He scored in 11 games in a row, 21 goals for club and country in those 11 games. I mean, I didn't think it was possible. Has he moved up another level this season?
As Pep said, he could have had 4 or 5 today.
Yeah.
Could have had 4
should
or 5.
have been a hat-trick.
Yeah, I think he's the easiest ones he missed. He's unplayable. You know, he didn't really do a lot. Tarkowski sort of looked after him quite well and he could have had 4 or 5 goals.
I mean, that's PlayStation stuff there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, he's like a 20-year-old in an under-12s league. He is. He runs away from people, stronger. I mean, I don't know if you see...
I know what you're saying, though, isn't it?
You see the goal against Brentford the other week? They're big lads, them Brentford lads. He just pushed them out...
Yeah, the rucksack on.
Yeah, he just pushed them out the way like they weren't there. I mean, you know what I'd say? If Haaland played for Everton today, Everton win.
Yeah.
Everton win.
Yeah.
If you take Haaland out of that team and put him in that team, they win.
He doesn't miss that Beto chance, does he, for a start?
Both of them. He had 2. I think he had 2 in the end, 2 chances. Yeah, he scores both of them. They win the game. Yeah, they will always be in the title race because of him, because he will score goals. They didn't play well today, and they win the game in a canter, really, at 2-0, in a canter. And I thought for about 50-odd minutes, Everton done well.
But I was listening to you on the Premier League show last night with Roman Kemp. Even with his form and the fact they're unbeaten the last 8, at the moment they're leading the way in the Premier League on goals scored. There's not quite enough from City, you think, long-term, to be title winners again?
Yeah, not for me this season. Not for me. I still think there's a lot to be done. As I said, you're talking Everton, who are probably a middle-of-the-road team. And if you just swap one player for another, they win. That's not usually the case.
I mean, they have a vulnerability that Arsenal don't have at the moment.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, they're probably going to get beat here at Fulham now, I've said that. But, yeah, I just don't see it on a consistent basis. There's no real fear factor with... there's no... Everton didn't go there fearful today.
Well, we've talked about that, the fear factor.
Yeah, fear factor's gone. But as long as he keeps on scoring, I mean, he's heading at the moment. We're looking at getting 100 goals this season, aren't we? He's got 20 odd in October.
I mean,
so
who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? He's an absolute beast. He is absolutely.
Phil, congratulations. Another big victory, which at the top of the table for now. We'll get on to the 2 goals in a minute, but what was it like to play in that game today?
Well, I think the first half we weren't really at it. We weren't playing forward as quick as we could do. We took too long on the ball and we couldn't find the space in between the lines. The manager spoke about it at half time, and I thought in the second half was much more meaningful, going forward, breaking lines, and yeah, we had a lot of chances, we created a lot, and overall I think we can be happy with the performance.
Looking at that first goal from Erling Haaland, it was just before the hour mark. In terms of the timing of the goal, how important was that?
Very important. We know he's got that quality to always time his runs to perfection and always be in the right position. We know that if they kind of mark him out the game, he's still capable of scoring. He doesn't lose concentration, and he only needs one chance to score. And he remained very patient. There was a lot of space for him today, but as you can see, he's always there for us at the right times, and this is a sign of a world-class striker.
He is a world-class striker, but of course a world-class striker needs players around them, of course, to create those opportunities. You were very influential in the game today as well. How did you feel? Yeah,
I think I'm improving my relationship with Erling. I think I played a lot of good passes in behind today. Maybe he could have finished it, but every time I pass it, he seems to miss, unfortunately. But no, I think we're definitely building that relationship. I'm finding him more in behind and where he needs the ball to score goals. So yeah, something I've been working on.
Thank you very much for your time. Well done today.
Thank you.
Cheers.
There we go. Those are the thoughts of Phil Foden, Shay Given and Gary Cahill in the studio with me. Erling Haaland, boys, was absolutely raging in that first half. You could see the frustration steaming out of his ears. He soon had a smile on his second half on his face in the second half, Gary, didn't he, with that goal?
Yeah, he sure did. We saw his reaction in the first half. Like I said, his body language was a bit angry. He was disappointed with the way it was going. But this is great movement here. If you look at it from Doku comes inside, great ball from Phil, and O'Reilly just stands it up. It's a great header. It's bread and butter for Haaland. You see it here. Watch his movement, Doku. Just comes inside, which opens up the space for O'Reilly. He's pointing where he wants the ball, and with the likes of Phil Foden, with the quality that he possesses, produces it inch perfect. And like I said before, this is a great stand-up. It's interesting with Haaland's movement. He goes to obviously attack the space and then just steps back to 2 steps, which gives him that space, frees him up from the defender. And like I said, that's bread and butter finishing for a man like him.
And that was his first touch in the second half, Shay. Less than 5 minutes later, his second touch in the second half, this.
You don't need to touch the ball often as long as his touch hits the back of the net. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, he's as Phil said in his interview, he's world class. He's got some great players around him, don't get me wrong. But if you want someone to finish the ball at the end of them, this is brilliant from Savinho. But in the replay, I really want you to watch his movement here as a centre forward. Just watch Haaland. I know Savinho keeps his width. Watch when he's about to cut it back. Look, he puts the brakes on, he takes 2 steps back away from the traffic, and he slots it home. This is a brilliant striker. This is a striker in form, as you said before. 23 goals this season, and we're mid-October. The numbers, the stats is just phenomenal. This is a machine, a goal machine.
Must do better when we look at Erling Haaland's goals and who he scored them against this season for club and country. I mean, they are cruise, Gary, aren't they? 23 in 13 games. God knows how many touches, probably not many, to score those 23. But it's not even November, and we're talking about those sort of figures.
Yeah, it's a scary record, isn't it? He's breaking all sorts of records at the moment. And it's funny because you hear people talk a lot about his build-up play. You hear people talk a lot about how many touches he had. I think it was mentioned even in commentary in the first half. But like Shay said, the only touches that matter are the ones that hit the back of the net. And he's a goal machine. Does it week after week, and his numbers are frightening.
So come on, Shay, where are Manchester City in the title picture? Because no one was mentioning them a couple of weeks ago. A few weeks ago, it was all between Liverpool and Arsenal. And Pep would probably secretly quite like that, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah, Liverpool have stuttered a bit, haven't they? They've dropped off a little bit, had a poor week. But no one's talking about Man City at all. Now they're sitting top of the league. You have to talk about them when they're sitting top of the league. But I still think from the outside, Arsenal, it feels that it's their title this year to win. They've got such a great squad. I mean, we spoke before about Rodri not being fully fit yet. There's still a few links in that Man City squad, and team is not firing on all cylinders yet. But I like to see Phil Foden as well back to his best. Last season he seemed to dip, but he seems to be back up again. So if he can have a great season, you never know.
And the bench looked very strong today as well. You know, the depth is coming, people are getting fit, so they look very strong.
And finally, just on City and their season so far, you think, they lost those 2 back-to-back games in August. Since then, 8 games unbeaten. The only games they haven't won in those 8 games unbeaten, because there were 6 wins, the draw against Arsenal and the draw against Monaco in the Champions League. 2 games that they should have won, Shay.
Yeah. Well, they definitely should have won in the Champions League. The Arsenal game, Arsenal fans would maybe disagree with you because Arsenal were pushing hard second half. They just couldn't hold on. Arsenal kept knocking on the door, scored a late goal. Again, they're very much in the title race, that's for sure. Pep Guardiola's remit is to win the league, and they'll be close come the end of the season.
Yeah, right. Lots of other goals to bring you, 16 of them, in fact, and 6 of them, guys, came